Casinos are always known for their tight security and excellent security systems. But today's story is about such a casino where, right in front of everyone's eyes, a man placed a big metal box and walked away, and no one even had the slightest clue about it. This metal box became a puzzle for the entire casino because the robbery that happened there was directly connected to this box. And when the casino found out the truth about this metal box, the ground beneath their feet slipped. This whole robbery was designed around the metal box in such a way that the thieves forced the casino to give them money. But then came a twist in the story that changed the direction of the whole heist. So how was this brilliant and unique casino robbery planned? What was inside that metal box that had become a mystery for the entire casino? And did the thief ever manage to pull off the robbery or not? This story will give you chills. The story begins on the night of August 27th, 1980, when an employee at a famous casino in Nevada was preparing to end his shift. After finishing the shift, as he turned into the corridor, his eyes fell on a very large and strange box placed right in the middle of the corridor. It was a big gray-colored metal box with a small box attached on top. And on the large box, there were 28 metal switches, all pointing downward. Seeing this box, the employee got confused. Where did this box come from? Because he had not received any news of a box being delivered. And just an hour ago when he had passed from there was no box present. This clearly showed that someone had very cleverly placed the box there. And since it was very heavy, they had put wooden blocks under each corner of the box. And because of the weight, these blocks had sunken into the carpet. Anyway, the employee started to examine the box and its surrounding area properly. And just then he spotted an envelope lying on the carpet near the box. On the envelope, it was written Harvey's Management. Seeing this, the employee got very scared and told the person standing nearby not to touch anything, and not to let anyone near the box until he returned. He immediately ran to the casino security and informed them about the box. Soon after, the police and fire brigade were alerted and called to the casino. Upon arrival, the fire department used a wiper to touch the envelope, to check if it contained any explosives. Once they were convinced it was safe, they opened the envelope and read the letter inside. And what was written in the letter made the ground slip beneath everyone's feet. It was a threat-filled letter addressed to Harvey's Casino in Nevada. The very first line of the letter stated, "If this box is moved, or an attempt is made to shift it, the bomb inside will explode." The bomb inside the box was planted in such a way that, if it was moved even 0.1 centimeters, it would detonate. It contained enough TNT explosive to blow up the entire casino building and nearby buildings too. Along with this message, the thieves had written a demand in the letter. They wanted $3 million in dollar bills. Everyone present was stunned and realized they were in very big trouble. Something more dangerous than they had ever imagined. Further in the letter, it was revealed that the gang who planted the bomb had paid attention to every tiny detail. They clearly knew in how many ways a bomb could be defused, and the bomb was planted accordingly. This box was placed on the second floor of Harvey's Casino in Nevada. As the fire department continued to read the letter, it said that if someone tried to submerge the box in water, a float switch inside would activate due to pressure and detonate the bomb, as the switch was directly connected to the detonator. The third option the bomb squad had was to open the screws of the box and remove the bomb. But even this was written in the letter, that the screws were connected to the detonator, and if turned even slightly, the bomb would blast. In short, it became clear to everyone that the bomb was planted with motion sensors, and would explode with the slightest movement. This made everyone even more worried. Immediately after reading the letter, the bomb squad arrived at the scene. Then the casino staff and police department started evacuating all the guests from the building. The line in the letter that worried them the most was this: "This bomb can neither be defused nor opened, because its explosion is inevitable. However, it can be transported to another place and exploded under proper guidance and instructions, but only if the thieves get the money they demanded." There were 3 automatic timers set in the bomb, each set to detonate the bomb at different times. Using the instructions, the first 2 timers could be deactivated, which would delay the blast time. Meanwhile, the police and casino staff had evacuated the building, but now many questions started troubling them, because it was still not confirmed whether there was actually a bomb inside the box or not. They started to suspect that maybe there was no bomb inside, and that this was just a scam to fool them and get money. But since it was a bomb matter, they couldn't take any risk. And so, the FBI also joined the case. After discussions between everyone, the bomb squad decided they would ignore everything written in the letter, and now begin x-raying the box from all angles to find out what's inside and how dangerous it is. On one side, the bomb squad was x-raying the box from every angle. On the other, the FBI, with the help of forensics, was trying to find fingerprints and DNA of those who planted the bomb, but no evidence was found that could lead them to the thieves. The bomb squad then tried listening to the bomb inside the box using a stethoscope, a good method to detect what's inside. They placed the stethoscope on the box and listened carefully, but they heard nothing from inside the box. After that, they all sighed in relief and started thinking that maybe they were being fooled. Meanwhile, one member of the bomb squad, a very faint sound is heard, after which he again tries very carefully to listen to this faint sound. They were all waiting to hear the ticking of the bomb's timer clock and the sound of the machine starting, and just then they begin to hear some low sounds coming from inside the box, confirming that there's indeed something inside the box that is moving. This confirmed that there was a bomb in Nevada's Harvest Casino. After that, all the surrounding buildings were evacuated because the bomb squad believed that this bomb could destroy all nearby areas. From here, the investigation took a dangerous turn because now many lives were at stake, and one wrong step could destroy everything. After evacuating the casino and nearby buildings, all the cash from the casino was also removed, and all the gas lines going into the casino were shut off. Meanwhile, shortly after, the X-ray reports conducted earlier by the bomb squad came before the FBI, and seeing these X-ray pictures made everyone sweat and their hands and feet go cold. According to these pictures, some of the things written in the letter were absolutely correct, clearly proving that there was a bomb inside the box, and this wasn't just done to fool them. The upper part of the box had very complex wiring and switches, and the lower part had small cylinders connected to the wires and switches, confirming that the bomb was active. Now they had no idea what they should do next. Although the casino could give money to the thieves and follow instructions to move the bomb elsewhere, their biggest problem was the timer installed in the bomb. No one knew when it would start, and that's why tampering with the bomb was extremely risky. The thieves had planted the whole bomb in such a genius way that no one could understand what was going to happen next, and everyone was caught in some kind of confusion. The 28 switches on the box had also troubled everyone, and it was necessary to know about them to use the switches, which was not possible without paying the thieves. Even if they paid the thieves, there was no guarantee that they would get rid of the bomb. This entire situation had put the lives of nearby people at risk, which caused a lot of anger among the people, especially Harvey, who ran this casino. He was very angry too. But they had no choice other than to accept the letter's instructions and the thieves' demands. Eventually, it was decided among all of them that they would meet the thieves' demands but with their own full planning. Now an FBI agent starts reading the next part of the letter, which explained the route to deliver the money to the thieves. The letter said that the delivery should be done via helicopter, and also mentioned that the pilot should bring the helicopter to Lake Tahoe Airport at exactly 11 p.m. One condition was also that the pilot must be completely alone and unarmed. He would stand near a gate with a grill, where further instructions would be given to him through a taxi. During this, the helicopter driver would have to stand silently without talking to anyone, and it was also possible that he would receive further instructions via a nearby landline phone exactly at 10 p.m. This call would tell where to bring the money. Parallel to receiving these instructions, an FBI agent boards the helicopter. But since the FBI also had its own plan, according to that plan, the agent lands the helicopter at a different location near a ski resort, where other agents start loading $3 million into the helicopter. The FBI wanted to catch these thieves at any cost. So to trick them, the FBI made different stacks of money, with only the top note real. while the rest of the stack contained plain paper the same color, which looked like real money on the outside. After filling all the bags with fake paper money, another agent boarded the helicopter and hid behind the pilot's seat, so the thieves wouldn't know that someone else was inside the helicopter and could help catch them. However, this went completely against the instructions written in the letter, which said to come alone, that the helicopter should be fully fueled and no one should be armed. Also, because all radio communications would be tapped, no one should talk to anyone. But the FBI had something else in mind. The FBI had to follow all these orders very strictly, including landing the helicopter briefly in 5 different locations that were far from any airfield. The letter also mentioned that proper lighting and space would be provided for the landing, with a clear area of about 200 meters, and if they tried to be clever in any way, they would all be killed by the bomb. Eventually, the FBI agent lands the helicopter at the location told by the thieves and comes out to stand near the gate with a grill, waiting for further instructions. After waiting for a little while, a call comes to a nearby public phone at exactly 10 p.m. The person on the other end of the call says that the next instructions are under the table in front of him, and he has only 3 minutes. Upon hearing this, the FBI agent starts looking around, but there is no table in front of him. Seeing this, he begins searching for the table in the surrounding area because he only had 3 minutes. In his panic and fear, he starts running around. Then he spots a metal shelf. He immediately runs to it, and as he puts his hand under the metal shelf, he finds a letter stuck to it. According to the instructions in this letter, the FBI agent had to open the door of the helicopter and shine a flashlight inside, so every corner of the helicopter could be seen. The second instruction was to fold down the front seat of the helicopter so that the cockpit could also be clearly visible. After doing this, he could take off the helicopter again. This clearly showed how clever the thieves were, keeping a close watch on every little detail so the FBI couldn't trick them. In the second letter, the thieves also wrote that when boarding the helicopter, no other person should be near it or climb into it because their eyes were on those very people. If they didn't follow the instructions, they wouldn't be able to take the helicopter from there. This time, the FBI agent had to take the helicopter west along Highway 50 and keep it under an altitude of 500 feet. According to further instructions, they had to fly the helicopter about 25 kilometers to a small runway where a person with a flashlight would be waiting. Upon seeing the helicopter, he would turn on the flashlight, and the agent would have only 4 minutes to land the helicopter. Only 4 minutes were given for landing because after that, the flashlight would be turned off. Then the next instruction letter would be found 200 meters deeper inside the forest, which was stuck to a tree. Anyway, the FBI agent sits in the helicopter again and starts following all the instructions. But at the same time, he was working very cleverly because he did flash the flashlight on the helicopter, but not on the FBI agent who was hiding behind the driver's seat. Immediately after this, he takes off the helicopter and heads towards Highway 50, where after going 25 kilometers ahead, he starts looking for the flashlight because he hasn't seen the flashlight yet. That's why he starts looking for this flashlight in different places, and at the same time, a group of FBI agents was also keeping an eye on this helicopter who were following it while sitting in their cars. The FBI agent had been flying the helicopter in this area for more than 20 minutes now, but so far, no flashlight had appeared in front of him, which is why he was repeatedly circling the helicopter. Anyway, when more than an hour passes while flying the helicopter, he reaches near the same mesh gate location again and starts waiting for the next call instruction on the landline phone. But no call comes because in this second letter, the flashlight was mentioned, but the exact location was not told about where this flashlight would be seen. That's why the FBI agent was thinking that he would see this flashlight 25 km ahead on Highway 50. But according to this letter, he had to go 25 kilometers to the right side of Highway 50 where the flashlight was waiting for him. And that's why he couldn't reach there, because he wasn't even near that place. It was clearly written in this letter that if the money was not delivered on time, then they would neither negotiate again nor give them more time or chance. And also, they wouldn't be able to talk to the thieves again. Finally, when the FBI agent does not reach the location told by the thieves with the helicopter, then a man named John Burgess, hiding in the mountains, unloads his guns in anger and after hiding in the mountains the whole night, he returns with his companions in the morning. The next morning, they all reach a petrol pump, where John calls the Douglas County Police Station because he sees in the newspaper that the casino where they had planted the bomb was still ready to cooperate with the thieves and give them money. After calling the police department, John tells them to flip the fifth switch of the box upward. And this was just a trick of his because it was a dummy switch so that he could get more time to make a new plan. Meanwhile, inside the casino, the bomb squad was still stuck in the confusion of how to defuse the bomb. And since the bomb was still active, they couldn't trust the switch that John had mentioned because they were repeatedly afraid that if they flipped the switch upwards, the bomb might blast. More than 24 hours had passed since this bomb was planted, and now the bomb squad started feeling that they had very little time left, and they would have to defuse this bomb as soon as possible. Anyway, among all of them, it was decided that they would set up a control center outside the casino where bomb experts from different states of America would be called, and they would help in defusing this bomb. Now discussions start among them about different ways to defuse the bomb. But John Burgess had planned this bomb, keeping every detail in mind, and that's why it was becoming very complicated and difficult for them. After several hours of planning and discussion, a plan is decided among them. But none of them were sure whether it would work or not. It is decided among them that they would use another bomb device to open this box, so that the box and the bomb kept inside, it would split into two pieces, and all of this would happen within a few milliseconds. The reason behind using this bomb device was that it would burn the wires that connected the bomb inside with the switch, and this was a very risky plan, but they had no other choice. Anyway, after evacuating the entire casino and the nearby buildings, they start preparing to blast this bomb and hope that no one gets harmed. Now people were standing away from this casino building, scared, and were waiting for the bomb blast, which was about to happen in front of their eyes. Before this blast, complete silence had spread in that area, and everyone's eyes were on the casino building. And slowly, a crowd of people started gathering there just to see this bomb blast. When the bomb squad was sure that the entire area had been cleared and no one would get hurt, they blast this bomb device with a remote. This was a sight to behold that left everyone standing there stunned because they had never seen anything like this in their lives before. And deep down, they were also scared that if they had been in the casino at that time, they would have been torn to pieces because it was a very loud explosion. The man named John Burgess who had planted the bomb was a gambler, and he had blown all his life savings in gambling, because of which he decided that he would make a plan to loot $3 million from a casino. This bomb blast destroyed the entire lower portion of the Harrah's casino building, but the most surprising thing was that the building didn't collapse. Although before the blast, the bomb squad had placed big cement bags on this bomb, yet a 60 feet deep pit was formed inside the building, which looked very terrifying. After this blast, only dirt and debris were left in the lower part of the building, and the things kept there were blown to pieces. When this bomb was properly investigated after the blast, a scary revelation was made that according to the timers, this bomb could have exploded at any time, in which many people could have lost their lives. After all this, John Burgess sees the news of this bomb blast on TV, after which he and his companions become disheartened because their plan had completely failed, and it was his last chance to take money out of the casino. Anyway, after the bomb blast, the FBI starts a fast-track investigation in which they get the car used by this gang of thieves. They found this car near the mountains, and based on the evidence and eyewitnesses found in it, the FBI arrests John Burgess. After being arrested, he confesses to his crime, after which he is sentenced to 20 years in prison. But after spending 14 years in jail, he dies due to liver cancer. The FBI now started using the parts of this bomb in their training sessions to show how complicated and dangerous this bomb was, and even today, they couldn't find a way to defuse it. Although Harrah's casino suffered a lot of loss due to this bomb blast, the best thing was that no one lost their life in it, and everyone was safely evacuated. This was the story of a casino robbery in which a gang of thieves used a very dangerous method. But the luck of the people present, there was very good that neither was this box moved, nor was any switch turned.